want to show you a science thing that we are going to be doing this next school year. It is Eagle's Wings, Considering God's Creation. This is the teacher's manual. See how thick it is. And this is the student's manual. It's a creative biblical approach to natural science. You can see it's much thicker. This is a lot of little tear out activity worksheets they will be using to make a science notebook. So I have actually had this set up for, I'm not sure, 3 or 4 years now. It was just never the right time to use it, and we've used it here and there, but it's never been quite the right time to use it fully, and this next school year will be. So I'm very excited. So let me just show you. The opening here has about the author, or authors. It's actually 2 sisters wrote this. It can be used for multi-level teaching. It says for children under 8 or 9, 2nd to 6th grade, junior high and high school. So this can be used for all grade levels. Here are just some questions and answers, and here is the table of contents. So it starts off with creation. It talks about the universe. Okay, so like lesson 1 is on creation. The next topic is the universe, stars, sun, and planets. Lesson 2, my place in the universe. Lesson 3, our solar system. Lesson 4, getting to know the planets. Then you have the Earth, our planet Earth, light, the Earth, the atmosphere. But this is a full year curriculum. Then it goes on to non-living things like rocks and minerals. It talks about igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, metamorphic rocks. It goes on to weather. The plant kingdom talks about photosynthesis, flowers, fungus, trees, flora and fauna. The animal kingdom, insects, spiders, fish, reptiles, birds, mammals, zoo adventure, amphibians. And it has the animal anatomy and physiology, the animal structure, animal food chain, reproduction and genetics, classifying animals, animal instinct, vision and brains, animal ecology, extinction and whales. Then it talks about man, made in God's image. It has the reproductive system, the cell, skeletal system, digestive system, circulatory, respiratory, nervous, integumentary, endocrine, and muscular. And then down at the bottom there are just some extra things. Over here, it's just like an introduction here. It defines its purpose. Here's just a teaching procedure. And this page here is the first lesson. Okay. So this is the teacher's manual. Creation, lesson 1. It has a little preparation. It tells you what your student will need. So here in the bold, your student will need to get ready pages 3 through 6, which are in here from the student notebook. The student will need a 3-ring binder. They'll need pencil, crayons, glue, scissors. And they give you some vocabulary words, an introduction. Each of the lessons, or at least most of them, will have a song or a poem. And when I bought this packet, this package deal, it also came with a CD of the songs or poems in the back. And there's the rest of the song or poem. Now you have a Bible reading section right here, and it kind of gives some things within that reading selection to talk about, discuss. Here's the notebook part, and all of this, the notebook part also. Now they also give you some additional books that you can have on hand to like help reinforce it. So you could read the book pages 4 through 6, the book titled Not by Chance. And one of my favorite parts about this curriculum is they have a section titled Evolution Stumpers. And I love reading those. Really gives you something to think about. And then there's a little review section. And then for if your kids are older, like junior high, high school, there's a digging deeper section. Like number 1, they could write a newspaper article to show evidence for creation. Number 2, they could do a book report about creation. Let's see, where's number 3 at? Number 3, they could visit the Creation Museum. Number 4, they can make a list of things that God says about Himself as the Creator, and they give you some more things that the student could do. So, move on to lesson 2 here. It's called My Place in the Universe. So once again, it tells you what you need to have ready for your child. So in this case, your child will need pages 7 through 12 of their notebook. And it gives a list of the vocabulary words and their meanings. Also, it gives the Latin part of it, or the Greek. Okay, in your introduction, again, along with your song or poem and activity. Now I will go ahead and show you what the student's book looks like for lesson 2. It said you need pages 7 through 12. So here's page 7, Considering God's Universe. And you would tear these pages out and put them in the student's notebook or binder. So this is page 7. It says page 8, which is this page, The Scientist Detective. It said that page 8 will not be needed until lesson 3. But you would also need this page, lesson 2. And see, they will cut out these things, these little Rocky Mountain stuff, and they'll put them where they go. And here's some star slides, because you're studying the universe and stars and planets in that lesson. Okay, and then page 12 is left blank. Okay. So now that you saw the pages that they would need for this lesson, here are the activities. Activity continued talks about constellations. So here you make like a little box, flashlight and opening and stuff. You put the star slides in there. And here's the notebook section. And the Bible reading section. More of it. And the evolution stumpers. And then a review and the digging deeper in lesson 3. So for example, the evolution stumpers. Here's one. If you blew up a stack of lumber, would it result in a 5-story mansion? To have a universe that is precisely designed, could something have just exploded? And what would that something have been? How did it come into existence if there was no creator? But there's no, I'm not going to go through every page because they're all laid out the same. Well, this one here is, okay, I'll go ahead and do, I'll do lesson 4 because there's more to it, because it's talking about the actual planets. Lesson 4, getting to know the planets. So your students will need pages 19 through 27 of their notebook over there. You will also need a hard-boiled egg. And here are the vocabulary words, what they mean, their Latin or Greek roots. Okay. Here's the introduction and activity, the notebook section. Now, you're going to learn about some of the planets. Here's Mercury. Spell the name aloud for students to write on page. Let's see. Mercury is the first planet from the Sun. see. It talks about its size, its weight. Then it talks about Venus right here, Earth, Mars. Then there's Jupiter and Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. And then here's Pluto. Okay, and then here's a chart. The child will use this chart, or we will use it, I'm not sure, I haven't started it yet. But this chart will be used to check the information on the Solar Detective pages. Here's some review. And there's a test and a digging deeper. And there was no evolution stumper on that one. Okay. So, see what the notebook pages look like. Pages 19 through 27. Okay. So this would be the students' notebook pages for Lesson 4, Solar System Detective. Like I said in the beginning, we have used some worksheets in this book throughout the 3 or 4 years we've had it, just to supplement with our other stuff. But we're looking forward to using this completely this upcoming school year. And they have more than one here. It's because there's, you use it more than once. Okay, 27. Now, this one, the Earth, this would be for Lesson 5. Like, we did do this one already, and this page already. My kids liked it. So, this is just the student's notebook. We also done the rock detective one in here too last year. In the beginning of the teacher's manual, it says that this can be used as a supplement, or it could also be used as a standalone curriculum. It could last anywhere from 1 to 3 years, depending on how you wanted to use it. There's cud chewers and meat eaters, each after its own kind. The orders of class of mammals, breeding domestic chickens, migration, extinct is forever, let's see, they had people in here. Here's wonderfully made. Here's a cell. God made me. This is glue. Okay, so you would glue a head up here, and the legs down here. So there's the head. And here are the legs. Some bones. Face. Automatic pilot page. The inside story. Some review activities. Okay, and in the back of the student's notebook thing, there's a glossary and those vocabulary words. You can see there are a lot of them. Alright. I'm just going to flip through here on the teacher's manual. It's all looks about the same, laid out the same format. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you've never heard of it before, if it looks interesting, check it out. It's really, really great.